What's up, YouTube? Your boy JD coming back at you here with a video on something that I've been working on here for a little bit of time. I've had this particular plane for over 2-3 months and just had it sitting in the box and just now decided to get back on it. But we're gonna cut to the chase. Bam! We got your Eachine Razor Pusher edition. This is the JD edition with a pusher. Pretty sweet setup. I like the plane. I liked the Razor. The Razor is, of course, the big brother of the Drift. The Drift, I really love the Drift. The only issue with the Drift was it didn't have the wingspan. That's the main thing. The Drift didn't have the wingspan to make it where, you could fly it in more conditions, as far as a little bit higher winds and stuff like that. And this guy, of course, came out, and we all know they made this based off of the Drift, but they made it to where it was a puller instead of a pusher. And I don't know. There's nothing wrong with it stock. I think that's pretty cool and everything, but flying it stock, and you're pretty much being forced to have to deal with the prop being in the view, or if you got your camera on the nose some kind of way, or if you use their stock lid that they send out with the camera mount on top of the lid. If you use that, you'll never be able to see what's right in front of you or right below you, as far as that goes. So coming in for a landing and stuff like that, you got your nose in the view. That's not cool, man. I mean, it's okay if that's what you like to do, but that's not my style. So I made the pusher, but we'll dive all into that there in a second. But let's just start from the front of it here. Of course, took the motor out, and I 3D printed this. It's a nose plug, I guess is what we'll call it. Nose plug camera mount. And it's a friction fit. It's in there solid. No glue, no nothing. And it won't even come out. It won't even budge, really. It's so solid off in there. But that's the Rencam Split 3 Nano, obviously. Right there in the nose. My AKK antenna holder, my design for it. We're going to run the VAS master ash screw. As usual, my favorite antennas, that or the Mad Mushroom, one or the other. And then back here behind that, we got the, that is a AKK Infinite DVR video transmitter. And that's another custom mount I made for it here. And that guy just sits there. I bought this set up as a plug and play, so it came with the servos and the GPS and all that good stuff with it, and it came in with a BN220, and that's what I got there under the cover. We have crossfire on this one. There's a Nano RX that is sitting right there, if you can see that, under the wing. And that is it other than what we got back here in the back. Obviously, I had to take some time here, which it didn't take that long. It took me maybe 2 days or so to get this design made up for it. The motor mount, pretty easy to do. And it literally just, before you take the screw off and everything, before you mount the boom on, and it slides on. It slides on with a snug fit, and I have it Gorilla glued in place, so it's rock solid. And like I said, we'll dive more into that in a second on the computer, showing you how this is actually made and set up and everything. The ESC, of course, is inside that guy, and it's got a little ventilation for it to stay cool. That is a Acon SEFM 30 amp ESC, overkill. The plane only pulls 20 amps on full throttle on a 3S lithium ion pack. And the motor we got back here, this is a T-motor 2208 V-Lux, but it's a 2208 1950 kV motor, and this is the V2 of it. Overkill, extremely overkill. I don't know what I was thinking when I was doing this, but you know, I guess because the plane comes with a 2208 size motor, I guess that's what I was thinking. I don't know, but anyway, but yeah, this is it. So in other words, it went from a 2208 2600 kV motor, that's stock motor, to a 2208 1950 kV motor, lower kV, but it's just more of a hopped up motor, better magnets, better coils, everything's better. The prop is a Dow Cyclone 7056 prop. And that's pretty much it. Tailbone. All that's just stock. Nothing really special going on back there. But yeah, let me show you guys here the inside here from the nose. It always flops over every single time. And this is going to be the actual flight battery. This is a Titan 3S lithium ion pack, 18650 pack 3S 1P, 3500 milliamp cells. Fits in there perfect. There's actually room to slide the battery forward or backwards a little bit. And if you guys can see there, the run cam, let me turn the light on there. There we go. Yeah. The run cam, the board for it, of course, I cut a slit out in the firewall. It's basically what I did, to where the board just sits in between there, and it's kind of a nice fit. No issues with it. I can get to the SD cards. I can pull it out if I want to. It's not going to move or anything during flight. I should have took some pictures of the build, but I really didn't. I just kind of pushed through it. But anyway, how did I get this battery to fit? Well, I will show you guys here. Just cut out the little slits off in the carbon fiber tray. That's it. And the battery literally, it fits in there. As you see, the lid closes on it. No issues. Well, there is one issue. The only way you can plug the battery up, obviously in this case, is that you have to plug it up from inside of that canopy, which can be a little bit tricky. It's no big deal, but yeah, it's a little bit of a pain because the frame is so small itself. All right, let's move along to the next section. I should have put that battery back in there. Yeah, matter of fact, let me do that because it's not this thing gonna be sliding around. All right, let's get this hatch off here. Oops. I think that's pretty cool. How it just kind of raises up where you can take it off if you want. We got our Maytech F411 WSC. No pins in it, all just straight soldered. This is a lead here that goes to for the LEDs, but yeah, I'm like really proud of my solder job on this one. I used the let me pop this out. I used the new solder iron I got, the SQ001, I believe it is. Awesome solder iron. Really, really good. And see how nice and neat that is? It just fits in there perfect. But anyway, yeah, we're using that. iNav 2.4.1 is what I'm using in it. There is a 1000 UF capacitor that's under the flight controller. And I got a Maytech buzzer coming that I will install. And I'm debating on LEDs or not. Like I said, I put the LED lead there just in case I decide to put the LEDs in. But I have not done it yet. And that's the stock servo. You see which hole I'm actually using in it. The middle pin was just not enough, so I had to move it to the one above the middle, as you can see here, to get the 10 millimeters of reflex up and down. But that's the setup on it. We'll get a chance to hopefully, if the weather is okay this weekend, get a chance to mate and see how it does. Feeling pretty optimistic about it. After the maiden flight, if it performs as well as I hope it does, I'm going to end up potentially putting a dual camera setup on it. No pan attempt, nothing like that, man. But but I probably will, most definitely will end up putting some type of nighttime or low light vision camera on this guy, because speculation, I'm with this 3500 3S line pack that's in it, it's got to get at least an hour plus flight time. I'm gonna imagine so. So we'll see. But if that's the case, then I will most definitely put a nighttime vision camera on this one, and it'll be a redesign of that guy. But that's pretty much everything. So let's move over to the computer side of the house. I'll show you here my designs for it. This is that nose piece. You guys can see this. Yes, I know I could do screen on my computer recording, but I'm being lazy, y'all. It's early in the morning. But anyway, this is the nose plug for the camera for a nano split that I designed for it. It's got an air channel, of course, so the air can go through it to cool off of the HD board inside from behind it. That's that. This here is the motor mount itself, and it's an actual one-piece deal that just slides in. It's a key, and it locks in pretty tight with one bolt that goes back here in the back. And this over here, this is what makes it happen. The whole setup here, you know, just made a cone. The walls of the cone itself is like 4 millimeters thick. I went kind of thick, you know, trying to make sure it has some pretty good strength to it. And then this shaft piece here, I hollowed it out, and the walls inside of this shaft is 5 millimeters thick. And that should be plenty strong enough to support the thrust and the weight of everything. I mean, it feels rock solid. It really does. But anyway, that's that. And I don't know. I'm not a Thingiverse guy. I mean, put stuff on there. That's not my thing anymore. I got a couple things on there, but I've stopped doing that. And I will, after I test fly it, everything feels good, I will put these 3D items on my Patreon. Is what I would do, and you can go and download from here. And yeah, this is the AKK Infinite, the full-size Infinite DVR housing that's on the nose. And again, it's basically just a tray to where the DVR slides in, and you can mount this on the nose. And obviously, all of this stuff is on the nose for CG. That's one thing for sure. If any of you guys decide to do this type of setup, that's the one issue is you need some weight. All your weight should be towards the nose to be able to put the pusher setup in the rear. And I made a mistake on the all-up weight because I had the actual CG wrong. The all-up weight with the battery and as is with the plane came out to be 587 grams. Super duper light. But when I found the correct CG for it, which is behind the spar, I had to end up adding some weight to the nose to get CG. And I actually had to end up adding 81 grams of dead weight to the nose that fits in the nose right in front of the battery. So it makes a total of flying all up weight 668 grams now. So it's a little bit heavier, but it should not be any kind of issue at all for this frame because of the wingspan and the motor that it has as well. So I'm still expecting to be pretty efficient flying, soaring, the whole 9 yards. So we'll see it pretty soon. I'll get a chance to get it out there hopefully this weekend, and we'll see how I do, and I'll report back to you guys, and most definitely there'll be a video of that. Peace and love, y'all. I'm out.